11. Chicago, 10th October 1893. Dear Mrs. Tannant Woods, I received your letter yesterday. Just now I am lecturing about Chicago, and I am doing as I think very well. It is ranging from $30 to $80 a lecture. And just now I have been so well advertised in Chicago gratis by the Parliament of Religions that it is not advisable to give up this field now. To which I am sure you will agree. However, I may come soon to Boston, but when, I cannot say. Yesterday I returned from Striata, where I got $87 for a lecture. I have engagements every day this week, and hope more will come by the end of the week. My love to Mr. Woods and compliments to all our friends. Yours truly, Vivekananda. 12. Care of J. Lyon, 262 Michigan Avenue, Chicago, 26th October 1893. Dear Adhyapak Ji, you would be glad to know that I am doing well here and that almost everybody has been very kind to me, except of course the very orthodox. Many of the men brought together here from far-off lands have got projects and ideas and missions to carry out, and America is the only place where there is a chance of success for everything. But I thought better and have given up speaking about my project entirely, because I am sure now the heathen draws more than his project. So I want to go to work earnestly for my own project, only keeping the project in the background and working like any other lecturer. He who has brought me hither and has not left me yet will not leave me ever I am here. You will be glad to know that I am doing well and expect to do very well in the way of getting money. Of course, I am too green in the business, but would soon learn my trade. I am very popular in Chicago, so I want to stay here a little more and get money. Tomorrow I am going to lecture on Buddhism at the Ladies' Fortnightly Club, which is the most influential in this city. How to thank you, my kind friend, or him who brought you to me. For now I think the success of my project probable, and it is you who have made it so. May blessings and happiness attend every step of your progress in this world. My love and blessings to your children. Yours affectionately ever, Vivekananda. 13. 541 Dearborn Avenue, Chicago, 19th November 1893. Dear Mrs. Woods, excuse my delay in answering your letter. I do not know when I will be able to see you again. I am starting tomorrow for Madison and Minneapolis. The English gentleman you speak of is Dr. Momery of London. He is a well-known worker amongst the poor of London and is a very sweet man. You perhaps do not know that the English Church was the only religious denomination in the world who did not send to us a representative, and Dr. Momery came to the Parliament in spite of the Archbishop of Canterbury's denouncing of the Parliament of Religions. My love for you, my kind friend, and your noble son is all the same whether I write pretty often or not. Can you express my books and the coverall to the care of Mr. Hale? I am in need of them. The express will be paid here. The blessings of the Lord on you and yours. Ever your friend, Vivekananda. P.S. If you have the occasion to write to Miss Sanborn and others of our friends in the East, kindly give them my deepest respects. Yours truly, Vivekananda. 14. Detroit, 17th March 1894. Dear sister, got your package yesterday. Sorry that you sent those stockings. I could have got some myself here. Glad that it shows your love. After all, the satchel has become more than a thoroughly stuffed sausage. I do not know how to carry it along. I have returned today to Mrs. Bagley's, as she was sorry that I would remain so long with Mr. Palmer. Of course, in Palmer's house there was real good time. He is a real jovial, heart-whole fellow, and likes good time a little too much, and his hot scotch. But he is right along innocent and childlike in his simplicity. He was very sorry that I came away, but I could not help. Here is a beautiful young girl. I saw her twice. I do not remember her name. So brainy, so beautiful, so spiritual, so unworldly. Lord bless her. She came this morning with Mrs. McDowell and talked so beautifully and deep and spiritually that I was quite astounded. She knows everything about the yogis and is herself much advanced in practice. Thy ways are beyond searching out. Lord bless her. So innocent, holy, and pure. This is the grandest recompense in my terribly toilsome, miserable life. The finding of holy, happy faces like you from time to time. The great Buddhist prayer is, I bow down to all holy men on earth. I feel the real meaning of this prayer whenever I see a face upon which the finger of the Lord has written in unmistakable letters, Mine. May you all be happy, blessed, good, and pure, as you are forever and ever. May your feet never touch the mud and dirt of this terrible world. May you live and pass away like flowers as you are born, is the constant prayer of your brother, Vivekananda. 15. Detroit, 29th March 1894. Dear brother, your letter just reached me here. I'm in a hurry, so excuse a few points which I would take the liberty of correcting you in. In the first place, I have not one word to say against any religion or founder of religion in the world. Whatever you may think of our religion, all religions are sacred to me. Secondly, it is a misstatement that I said that missionaries do not learn our vernaculars. I still stick to my statement that few, if any, of them pay any attention to Sanskrit. Nor is it true that I said anything against any religious body, except that I do insist on my statement that India can never be converted to Christianity, and further I deny that the conditions of the lower classes are made any better by Christianity, and add that the majority of southern Indian Christians are not only Catholics, but what they call themselves caste Christians. That is, they stick close to their castes, and I am thoroughly persuaded that if the Hindu society gives up its exclusive policy, 90% of them would rush back to Hinduism with all its defects. Lastly, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for calling me your fellow countryman. This is the first time any European foreigner born in India, though he be, has dared to call a detested native by that name, missionary or no missionary. Would you dare call me the same in India? Ask your missionaries born in India to do the same, and those not born to treat them as fellow human beings. As to the rest, you yourself would call me a fool if I admit that my religion or society submits to be judged by strolling globetrotters or story writers' narratives. My brother, excuse me. What do you know of my society or religion, though born in India? It is absolutely impossible. The society is so closed, and over and above, everyone judges from his preconceived standard of race and religion, does he not? Lord bless you for calling me a fellow countryman. There may still come a brotherly love and fellowship between the East and West. Yours fraternally, Vivekananda. 16. New York, 25th April 1894. Dear Professor, I am very, very grateful for your invitation and will come on May 7th. As for the bed, my friend, your love and noble heart can convert the stone into down. I am sorry I am not going to the author's breakfast at Salem. I am coming home by May 7th. Yours truly, Vivekananda. 17. New York, 26th April 1894. Dear sister, your letter reached me yesterday. You were perfectly right. I enjoyed the fun of the lunatic interior. But the mail you sent yesterday from India was really, as Mother Church says in her letter, a good news after a long interval. There is a beautiful letter from Dewanji. The old man, Lord bless him, offers as usual to help me. Then there was a little pamphlet published in Calcutta about me, revealing that once at least in my life the Prophet has been honored in his own country. There are extracts from American and Indian papers and magazines about me. The extracts printed from Calcutta papers were especially gratifying, although the strain is so fulsome that I refuse to send the pamphlet over to you. They call me illustrious, wonderful, and all sorts of nonsense, but they forward me the gratitude of the whole nation. Now I do not care what they even of my own people say about me, except for one thing. I have an old mother. She has suffered much all her life, and in the midst of all, she could bear to give me up for the service of God and man. But to have given up the most beloved of her children, her hope, to live a beastly, immoral life in a far distant country, as Mazumdar was telling in Calcutta, would have simply killed her. But the Lord is great. None can injure his children. The cat is out of the bag, without my seeking at all. And who do you think is the editor of one of our leading papers, which praise me so much and thank God that I came to America to represent Hinduism? Mazumdar's cousin. Poor Mazumdar. He has injured his cause by telling lies through jealousy. Lord knows I never attempted any defense. I read the article of Mr. Gandhi in the forum before this. If you have got the review of reviews of last month, read to Mother the testimony about the Hindus in connection with the opium question in India by one of the highest officials of the English in India. He compares the English with the Hindus and lauds the Hindus to the skies. Sir Lepel Griffin was one of the bitterest enemies of our race. What made this change of front? I had a very good time in Boston at Mrs. Breed's and saw Professor Wright. I am going to Boston again. The tailor is making my new gown. I am going to speak at Cambridge University, Harvard, and would be the guest of Professor Wright there. They write grand welcomes to me in the Boston papers. I am tired of all this nonsense. Towards the latter part of May, I will come back to Chicago, and after a few days' stay, would come back to the East again. I spoke last night at the Waldorf Hotel. Mrs. Smith sold tickets at $2 each. I had a full hall, which by the way was a small one. I have not seen anything of the money yet. Hope to see in the course of the day. I made $100 at Lynn, which I do not send because I have to make my new gown and other nonsense. Do not expect to make any money at Boston. Still, I must touch the brain of America and stir it up if I can. Your loving brother, Vivekananda. 18. New York, 2nd, actually 1st, May 1894. Dear sister, I am afraid I cannot send you the pamphlet just now, but I got a little bit of a newspaper cutting from India yesterday which I send you up. After you have read it, kindly send it over to Mrs. Bagley. The editor of this paper is a relative of Mr. Mazumdar. I am now sorry for poor Mazumdar. I could not find the exact orange color of my coat here, so I have been obliged to satisfy myself with the next best, a cardinal red with more of yellow. The coat will be ready in a few days. Got about $70 the other day by lecturing at Waldorf, and hope to get some more by tomorrow's lecture. From 7th to 19th, there are engagements in Boston, but they pay very little. Yesterday I bought a pipe for $13. Meerschaum, do not tell it to Father Pope. The coat will cost $30. I'm all right getting food and money enough. Hope very soon to put something in the bank after the coming lecture. In the evening I'm going to speak in a vegetarian dinner. Well, I'm a vegetarian because I prefer it when I can get it. I have another invitation to lunch with Lyman Abbott day after tomorrow. After all, I am having very nice time and hope to have very nice time in Boston. Only that nasty lecturing. Disgusting. However, as soon as 19th is over, one leap from Boston to Chicago, and then I will have a long breath and rest. Rest for 2-3 weeks. I will simply sit down and talk and smoke. By the by, your New York people are very good. Only more money than brains. I am going to speak to the students of the Harvard University. 3 lectures at Boston, 3 at Harvard, all arranged by Mrs. Breed. They are arranging something here too, so that I will, on my way to Chicago, come to New York once more, give them a few hard raps and pocket the boodle and fly to Chicago. If you want anything from New York or Boston which cannot be had at Chicago, write sharp. I have plenty of dollars now. I will send you over anything you want in a minute. Don't think it would be indelicate anyway. No humbug about me. If I am a brother, so I am. I hate only one thing in the world: hypocrisy. Your affectionate brother, Vivekananda. 19. New York, 4th May 1894. Dear Adhyapak Ji, I have received your kind note just now, and it is unnecessary for me to say that I will be very happy to do as you say. I have also received Colonel Higginson's letter. I will reply to him. I will be in Boston on Sunday, May 6. On Monday, I lecture at the Women's Club of Mr. Howe. Yours ever truly, Vivekananda. 20. 17 Beacon Street, Boston, May 1894. Dear Adhyapak Ji, by this time you have got the pamphlet and the letters. If you like, I would send you over from Chicago some letters from Indian princes and ministers. One of these ministers was one of the commissioners of the late Opium Commission that sat under Royal Commission in India. If you like, I will have them write to you to conceive you of my not being a cheat. But my brother, our ideal of life is to hide, to suppress, and to deny. We are to give up and not to take. Had I not the fad in my head, I would never have come over here. And it was with a hope that it would help my cause that I joined the Parliament of Religions, having always refused it when our people wanted to send me for it. I came over telling them that I may or may not join that assembly, and you may send me over if you like. They sent me over, leaving me quite free. You did the rest. I am morally bound to afford you every satisfaction, my kind friend, but for the rest of the world, I do not care what they say. The sannyasin must not have self-defense. So I beg of you not to publish or show anybody anything in that pamphlet or the letters. I do not care for the attempts of the old missionary, but the fever of jealousy which attacked Mazumdar gave me a terrible shock, and I pray that he would know better, for he is a great and good man who has tried all his life to do good. But this proves one of my master's sayings. Living in a room covered with black soot, however careful you may be, some spots must stick to your clothes. So however one may try to be good and holy, so long he is in the world, some part of his nature must gravitate downwards. The way to God is the opposite to that of the world, and to few, very few, are given to have God and mammon at the same time. I was never a missionary, nor ever would be one. My place is in the Himalayas. I have satisfied myself so far that I can with a full conscience say, my God, I saw terrible misery amongst my brethren. I searched and discovered the way out of it, tried my best to apply the remedy, but failed. So thy will be done. May his blessings be on you and yours forever and ever. Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. 541 Dearborn Avenue, Chicago. I go to Chicago tomorrow or day after. Yours, V.